I called myself the mad mum when I was working full-time with 4 young kids. My husband at that point in time was working shift work. So there was a lot of time I was actually being a single mum in the sense that the full load landed on my shoulders. And I would just, when I got out of bed, I would be just this flatness. It's just numb, flat, numb, yuck. And then it would be, I would start getting anxiety as my brain would start going through the to-do list of who I've got meetings with today, what I have to do, this deadline's looming, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so-and-so's got an appointment, all the things that I had to try and juggle by myself in my workspace and the family. So my baseline when I would get out of bed would be total numbness, quickly followed by anxiety, quickly followed by lots of stress, and noticing whether I've got a migraine coming or I've got a headache. So I'd race out and have a big cup of strong coffee, take some, you were at that point in time still able to buy Panadeine Forte over the counter. If I felt like I had a migraine coming, I would take Panadeine Forte in the morning and take some with me to work and have it again at lunchtime, which wouldn't stop the migraine, but it would just create this fuzziness that I could try and operate. I don't even think I really noticed that I had a mood. I was just in this constant state of operating right on the edge of feeling like I was falling apart, but getting into a place of numbness to actually get through the day. It really took to me getting to the point of going, this is sending me crazy. I have to change completely before I could actually do anything about it. And it's taken a number of years from that point to be able to get to a place of going, okay, look, I'm not feeling all that flash today. Is it pain? Is it mood? Is it, is it something else? What's going on for me? And often it's everything, often it's, because I deal with fibromyalgia. So pain, energy, brain fog, depression, they're all things that are part and parcel of fibromyalgia. So getting yourself to a place where you feel okay takes a little bit of work, So I see a naturopath, I take supplements, I see my GP. Occasionally she has recommended medicine for me. Sometimes I choose to take it, sometimes I don't, depending on how bad I feel. You get to know what supports work for you. You take those supports and use them as you need to. And then your own inner work can be, things that work for me are meditation. I do self-Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so I do self-Reiki. And every night, as often as I can, it's usually every night, I do long, slow stretches before I go to bed. So my mainstays are meditation, Reiki, and stretching. If I can do that every day, I find that maintains my baseline at a higher level. And then I can add stuff on top of that, So I think it's first acknowledging exactly what's going on for you and then going, okay, so how can I change this? Is it something that I can do for myself? Like, is it just a matter of dancing out an angry bit and feeling better? Or is there something more persistent going on that perhaps I need some help with? If you're dealing with chronic illness, it makes sense that you see a specialist and listen to what they say and, do what you need to do. I don't advocate that you stop whatever protocol you're on because your specialist has a much closer understanding than I do of what's happening for you. But don't overlook the fact that you're the specialist in yourself. So you really need to start educating yourself. And that's what my current book is about, is developing that self-education about what works for me. How can I help myself get to be in a place where I feel okay every day and feel fantastic some days, but, I'm not going back down. We have this kind of thing going on with chronic health. So we want to even that out a bit and move the baseline from here to here. And then, we can possibly shift it to here, to here, to here. It's a constant evolution. And it requires a huge mindset shift of, I'm worth spending the time on to do this. And as a woman, we don't. We don't spend time on ourselves, and we don't think we deserve to spend time on ourselves. That's a luxury no. And the funny thing is, each woman treats herself in a way she would never treat her best friend. And if she saw her best friend treating herself that way, would be pulling her aside and saying, what the hell are you doing? And yet we each do that to ourselves. So it's time that we became our own best friend and started treating ourselves the way we would treat our best friend.
So it's really self-care, right? You're talking about, and looking after yourself, and take time for yourself, not just rushing and looking after everybody else. It's like what I often say, you can't give what you don't have. So if you are, your cup is empty and you can't offer other people.
Let your light shine. Help others find their way out of the darkness. Extraordinarily inspiring stories from ordinary people like you and I. I believe we are all extraordinary, yet we're all ordinary. Let your light shine.